guys, I am here with another video. I am doing a video on my story. So this is my story. I hope you all enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this, with your friends, your family, your brother. Share. And I want to talk about parents. And this is my story about my dad and about how I was stressed out and how I needed help. Like my soul was crying out for help, and I was getting bullied in school, and I was, in a place of like doing crazy things, you guys. And I just remember being in a place of just wanting to receive love. And one day I came inside the kitchen. This kitchen, we've been in this house for a mighty long time, y'all. And I just remember coming inside the kitchen when my dad and mom was together. And I told my dad that I was stressed out. And his response was, "What the F are you stressed out about? You just a kid." So I was just like, oh, okay. And I don't know how old. I was in high school when that happened because I was getting bullied real bad. And I had got sent to a camp. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, my life is a story for real. I ended up getting sent to a camp. But I'm going to tell you why I got sent to a camp. So this is what I wanted to explain to my parents. Parents, listen to your children. When they come to you and say they are stressed, overwhelmed, they want a break, be aware of what they're saying. Because nowadays, and back in the day, kids used to always pop pills. Kids used to always commit suicide, all these things. Like, that's what happened back in the day, and it's still happening to this day. And I want to share with you all something. Like, I'm going to be real vulnerable. I don't want to, but I'm going to share this. I remember growing up in this place, right? And I used to get bullied so bad. And I remember all the kids that used to bully me. But this, I'm going to talk about high school because I don't want this video to be long. It should be like 10 minutes max. So I just remember just getting bullied in school, and I was just over it. I used to pop pills. I didn't drink. That just wasn't me. I just used to pop pills. I used to all reality, I used to take pills that put me to sleep. And I just wanted to be asleep. I don't know why. It was weird, but yeah. And I just remember, like I said, coming to my dad, just crying out for help. And he said what he said, and then boom, I ended up getting sent to a camp, a Christian camp. Instead of my dad processing with me, like, of what I was going through and all these other things, I got sent to a camp. And the camp was Kids Across America. So one day I just remember telling my dad, well, my dad didn't know. The church members knew. Mind you, remember I told you I grew up in church. So the church, Sister Coleman, that was our nana. Sister Coleman knew because I ended up talking to her. And she ended up telling my dad about the Christian camp. So my dad was all like, what's wrong with you or something like that. And I ended up telling her, and we had to come together and tell my dad. I just remember us being at church, and then we had to go tell go tell my dad, and my dad started crying. And then I ended up getting sent off. And I was all like, I was really furious because I was like, why do I have to get sent to a Christian camp to where you my dad? Why you just want to talk to me? That's how I felt. Y'all, I don't hold a grudge against them because all this story happened a long time ago. I'm just simply telling my story. Now listen, in that moment, I was like, dang, why my daddy couldn't talk to me? But let me explain something to you all. My dad didn't have a dad growing up. And his mom wasn't there in his life. So everything that I'm saying, I want you all to understand that our parents did the best they can. And like I said, I don't hold no grudges against my family. I'm simply just telling my story. But whenever I learned my mom and my dad's story, I understood. And that's why I couldn't hold a grudge against them, because my dad didn't have his dad. His dad was a crackhead. And his mom, she just wasn't there. She was there, but he said she wasn't there. So, but that's their story. I'm just telling y'all what he told me. But yeah, so now to this day, I understand. And I don't hold grudges. I forgive them and I let it go. And I do have a relationship with my dad. Like, I can call him now and we'll just have an hour conversation. But parents, listen to your children when they say they are tired or they're overwhelmed, stressed out, or they need a break. Listen to them. Really come into this place of moving yourself out the way and say, hey, what do my kid need in this moment? How exactly can I help my child? Because even when Unique come home, I'll tell Unique, are you okay? You good? You straight? Everything's okay? She's like, Mom, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, Nene, you can talk to me whatever you want to. You can talk to Mommy. She'll be like, Mom, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. And then she'll have these moments, Mommy, I'll tell her this. How do you feel right now? She'll be like, I feel sad. Okay, why do you feel sad, Unique? What's wrong? They hurt my feelings, this. I'll be like, okay, Unique, you need to, this what I tell her. I'll be like, okay, Unique, what was the thing that I had told her last time? I say, don't talk about them. Let's pray for them. That's what I'll tell Unique, because people need prayer. And us being Christians, we need to stay in a place of prayer because people need prayer nowadays, man. But back to the story. My dad, when he said that and they end up sending me to the camp, I caused chaos in that camp. I sure did. I didn't want to be there. And I was upset. And I was like, this is not fair. Why is it I'm getting sent to a freaking Christian camp and ain't nobody trying to talk to me? Ain't no way I'm getting sent to a Christian camp. So I was furious. So after all that, I ended up coming home with a report. So mind you, now this is the story nobody knew about. So the first lady, she ended up, like, she told me to take my nose piercing off. And she had did something to me, you guys. And I was just like, so y'all gonna let her get away with it? I was like, bro, so y'all leaders can get away with all this? That's why I want to tell y'all that God causes all things to work together for good of those who love the Lord. And I did have fun. I ended up meeting a couple of people. And it was fun. Free meals. Listen. And I just had a blast. And I just want to let my parents know, listen to your kids when they are coming to you or when they are down. Be observant, because our kids need us. They need our prayers. They need us. They need our encouragement. They need us. They need our love. They need us. They need us. And if we don't be in a place of open arms saying, hey, come to Mommy, come to Daddy, what is wrong with you? Then don't be surprised when your kid is talking to another parent instead of talking to you. Don't be surprised when your kid is taking advice from a witch when they should be talking to you. Don't be surprised when your kid is doing all kind of sorts of things when they're supposed to be talking to you. Don't be surprised. And I'm not speaking out of a place of pride or trying to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm speaking out of a place of experience. Like, literally, to where you guys, we really need to be more in tune with our children and not in this place of just worrying about ourselves. And I can be honest, like, before I came to Christ, I didn't really worry about my baby. I was focused on my needs. I was focused on, why am I going through this? I was focused on, let me satisfy myself. But when I came to Christ, that's when my whole mindset, I cried to Unique. I said, Unique, I think she was 3 years old when I cried to her. I said, oh, please forgive me for what I've done to you. Please forgive me. Y'all, I cried to my baby and I told her to forgive me. She was 3 years old. Little girl didn't know what was going on. But she said, it's okay, Mommy. And I'm telling you, like, this girl is 3 years old. Don't know what's going on, saying it's okay. You guys, I sat there and said, Unique, I'm sorry for everything that I put you through at the age of you coming out to the age of 3. I'm sorry. I was thinking about myself. I didn't know how to handle it, and I'm super sorry. And now to this day, the Lord is literally building me and her relationship, and I thank God for that. So that's why it's so important to have a relationship with your kids and not just push them and move them out the way, because these are kids. God has blessed them to us for us to train them into what the Lord want for them. Train them in the ways of the Lord. I'm sorry. Children are a gift from God, and God has blessed them to us for us to train them in the ways of the Lord. And it's up to us. It's up to us to be parents. It's up to us to really raise a generation and say enough is enough. It's up to us to raise a generation and be like, it stops with me. So I hope this bless you all. And my parents, I hope this caught y'all attention. Do not just treat your kid like they just some trash off the street. That whenever you need them, you'll call them. Or whenever you need a drink or a sip or two, you call them. And then, you know, that is so unjustly. Like, that is injustice. And I just really pray that God touch this generation in a way. Like, touch this generation for real. This generation need a shabak and a touch. But that is my story. I will be back with another story. And let me tell you, the Lord had revealed to me to tell that story. And that's amazing, because I was like, Lord, I don't know what story to tell next. And then he brought that to my mind about my dad. And I just want to let you all know, like, parents, we have to be aware of the things that we do around our children and things that we say, because it can affect them for a lifetime. And they can pass it on to their children and the next generation, you know. So be aware of what you do and what you say. And that's my story. I'm coming back with more. I'll see ya.